sick, because those are humans organized with force attacking peaceful people. And I have empathy for them. But when I have empathy for white people or a white woman being beaten up by a mob of racist Hispanics waving Mexican flags, I'm a bad person. And the New York Times comes out and says the Trump people deserve it. I have the articles right here. I covered them yesterday on the Sunday show. And they defend it, and they say it's a good thing. Truly sickening. So you see where your free speech is going there, don't you? You see where the social justice warrior model is going. Remember San Francisco? A few months ago, there at the college, at the state college, a young white freshman has dreadlocks, has adopted all the fake culture superimposed by Hollywood, even talks with a made-up social justice warrior inner city dialect, and gets beat up by two trendies who look like they're part African. And the video just says it all. It's just an excuse to be nasty, evil, mean thugs. And I have seen with my own eyeballs the KKK act like this to me, not once, but twice. But there was a different response then. No fight happened because I said, let's go. Your brains are about to be all over the ground. That's actually what I said. I'm not proud of it. That's how I was when I was 16, 17 years old. Especially if 4 or 5 people, you know, jump out of pickup trucks, go, we're going to beat your butt, Yankee. I'm like, well, get ready. But this is an effeminate man being a total trendy with total hate. And then this hateful, guaranteed, I bet money she's got Mao Zedong books at home. Probably hadn't read them, though. Literally bullying and getting in the face of this white person that's trying to be black. But you notice the groveling didn't get you any assimilation. And they don't support the free speech rights of the person with the camera. In fact, let's put the article back up. I'll give radio listeners the name of the article from Infowars.com if you want to see it. This is how these people operate. And the exact same smirk of people that think they found a wimp, of people that think they found somebody they can push around, of people that think they're tough guys. Because granted, you know, when I was 16 years old, I probably weighed 170 pounds. I didn't look like the toughest guy around. Still 3 or 4 guys, not too smart. I mean, I didn't look like a wimp. But if they wanted to fight, they would have gotten one, just like the many fights people did get. And I'm nobody special. I'm just a man. You come looking for a fight, you put your hands on me, you're going to get a problem. Out at that abortion rally, if they wouldn't have pulled that guy off, you can see in the video, I was cranked back and in a split second was going to uppercut because the guy had already tried to hit me once and push me another time. And another time, I saw him pushing some guy on crutches out in the road, and I went over there and I couldn't, but by then they ran off. They also ran away from Jakari when I could tell Jakari had had enough, because these people are cowards, ladies and gentlemen. And I don't care if it's a bunch of devil-worshipping communists that love abortion clinics. I don't care whether it's white supremacist. I don't care whether it's a bunch of trendy so-called black kids. I mean, those 2 black people, if you call them that, that's what they call themselves, getting in the face of that white kid, that white nerd. I mean, they don't look black to me. I mean, maybe 20% African. It's like saying I don't look Native American, even though I'm like 13% or something. I mean, this is the type of stuff that we're dealing with. Like saying, you know, you're not a Native American, I'm going to beat you up. And like, well, you don't look like that either. It's like, what are you appropriating? It's who's that famous lady that thinks she's black and lied about it, and then turned out, you know, that she has no African heritage. What's that woman's name? Yeah, Rachel Dolezal. They put makeup on all this stuff. I mean, this is just crazy. Just be who you are. I get why they're saying they're mad at the white kid trying to appropriate their culture, but that's what freedom's all about, I thought, right? But this is the disaster zone that we've become. This is the system where all of our real freedoms are scrapped, but we're given all these faux rights. But look at these headlines. Reuters, Hillary Clinton leads Donald Trump by 11 points. And everybody's freaking out about this. Folks, that is a totally fake poll. There are scores of scientific polls out where he's 3 to 4 points ahead or a dead heat or 2 points behind. And a lot of people are intimidated and wouldn't say in a poll whether they're going to vote for Trump or not. This is the demographics that they are targeting for these polls. So don't let it create the perception that he's a loser. So then people turn against Trump because they want to be betting on the winning sports team. It's a well-known phenomenon that when a team is in the playoffs, you know, they double, triple, quadruple the sales. And if they win the playoffs and win the Super Bowl or win the World Cup or win the World Series, boom, they sell 10, 20, 30 times. You never know for a period of time because everybody wants to be associated with winners. And that's how they create these fake political ideas and tell you, you're going to be a winner if you adopt this lifestyle, if you adopt this culture, if you adopt this system, if you go out and get 2 degrees. It doesn't matter if 90% of the time those degrees are worthless. It doesn't matter if you adopt a political view. It's meant to disenfranchise you. You still feel like a winner, but wonder why it didn't make you successful. It must be because you didn't accept whatever you were being sold even more. Obama compares San Jose violence to bad habits of Republican Party and says it's the Republicans' fault. Isn't that nice? Well, here's one. San Jose police, we held back from protecting Trump supporters from attack so as not to incite further violence. We started saying this back on Friday. We had the video, and our listeners sent us video too. People said, oh, you're making that up. They didn't stand down. Really, there's video of folks getting beat up right in front of the police 10 feet away, and here the police tweet out that, yes, they did that. And what they're saying is, we're going to allow this to go on. We're going to allow people to be sucker punched and women to be attacked. Homeland Security using private contractor vans to transport and release illegal aliens inside the U.S. Judicial Watch. Yes, Judicial Watch has confirmed 2 years after Adnan Salazar, Kit Daniels, and Jakari Jackson went down to the border and had the head of emergency management in McAllen, Texas, say it on tape in front of the buses being loaded up with the illegals. And then a month later, the Border Patrol came out and said that report is true. We are ordered to complete the smuggling process. So I'm glad Judicial Watch got some documents to confirm that. We already know it with our own eyeballs. We don't need the police, too, to tell us, yeah, we stood down. We know you stood down, and you stood down because your bosses in the police department are anti-American totalitarians, and they want to shut free speech down in this country. Homeland Security using private contractor vans to transport and release illegal aliens inside the U.S. Boom. Video shows same Mexican thug sucker punch 2 different victims in San Jose. People then say it is racist to say he's Mexican. It's like saying a white thug or a black thug. If it's racial, you point that out. It's like people say, hey, the InfoWars, the Daily Caller, and Donald Trump are talking about this Mexican judge that keeps ruling against him and keeps ruling for illegals. The guy is for Mexican nationalism. He's high-level La Raza. That's what it means. That's what it is. You're calling Trump a Nazi with no Nazi affiliations or connections. You've got a La Raza judge, and the media says, well, it's okay for us to racially organize Hispanics. No, it's not. If we're going to be this plural society, then you have to go with that. You can't sit there and organize around racial policies and racial groups claiming you're a minority when you're a supermajority on 2 continents and going to be 60% of the population in like 10 years. Most areas are to that. That's fine with me. We need to have folks adopt liberty, private property, and things like that, which culturally these groups are ready to do. That's why the globalist anthropologists and sociologists are in there at the school level creating chip on the shoulder, race-based nationalism at every perceived slight and real slights to forge people into a group you contain in race-based barrios run by local mob boss chiefs who want to keep people under their control. Look at this. It's up on Infowars.com. Communist Angela Davis. We have to do whatever is necessary to stop Donald Trump. 1960s radical supports Black Lives Matter. This is at a meeting with Gloria Steinem of the Central Intelligence Agency. That's declassified. People think I'm joking when I say that. Look it up. And they go on to say, here are the tweets. all you Worcester gangsters and whatnot, you clearly have a mission on Wednesday, kill Donald Trump. That's what one of her supporters at the meeting said. And people just tweet this by the thousands and nothing's done. And then all these ignorant people show up at Trump rallies believing they're confronting racism because the media has branded the Tea Party movement as racist. So anyone promoting free market is now racist forever. You are walled off now to be controlled by communist and globalist programming at the university level. They're telling you your role. They're telling you who you are. You're a woman, so you support Gloria Steinem. You're black, so you hate Donald Trump. You're Hispanic, so you hate Trump. Because Trump pointed out that Mexico is completely nationalist, controls its own borders, and says it wants to, quote, reconquer the Southwest and is dumping its criminals on us. Now, does that mean you don't have a bunch of people going to Trump rallies, maybe 10% that they're racist? Absolutely, probably. So what? Anybody who's black, Hispanic, whatever, you know there's tons of people in your, quote, group that are racist. And generally, the more uneducated and dumb they are, the more they're into that. And I want to be clear. Anglos are not having children anywhere in the world. Neither are the Japanese. Any advanced civilization stops having kids. Is it a project? Is it a program? Who knows? It's a little of both. People get lazy. They don't want to take care of kids. And the whole world's being set up to where it's hard to take care of kids. But then you come in and inherit a civilization, freedom. It isn't perfect, but better than what you've had. Do you want to inherit that, or do you want to go by what the universities tell you? That you want to inherit Mao Zedong, and Obama comes and tells you in Argentina, you know, you need communism. Yeah, like you need a bullet in the head. How's Venezuela working out? They're just sitting there selling you a slave system as if it's trendy and cool and using race-based systems to control you and to flavor the bait. That's it. And these are people that used race-based politics before, but it failed in the 50s and 60s. And so now they're desperate, trying to do it from a minority perspective because you're the majority. And if they can sell a racist agenda on that, it'll work great because whites on average will still be per capita the wealthiest group because they had the brainchild of a system that made more money. They were taught to save money. Now they'll have to be protected by the political class. They will go into a hardened defense mode and a new apartheid will be set up over everyone else. And you're all walking into it. You're walking into a total trap. Then down the road, the apartheid system, it won't be called that, will be shut down, and the whole civilization will be imploded. Let me stop right there just briefly. If you're not signing up for our free newsletter, Infowars.com/newsletter, you really need to, so we can send you key intel and get to you stories that the system's trying to censor. Infowars.com/newsletter. Just throw your email in there, and boom, we will send you updates every day. Also, this special is ending today on the Alexa Pure Breeze, a groundbreaking 4-stage filter system. Comparable units are $400 to $500. Some are upwards of $1,000 that do the same thing. We have the side-by-side studies on there, the cost breakdowns. It's incredible. Infowarsstore.com. It's space-age design, really slick, really nice for your home, very, very modern looking. And the 20% off lung cleanse is going to end in the next few hours because it's set to sell out. Sign up for auto ship, get 10% off. Orders $50 or more, get free shipping on everything at Infowarsstore.com. We'll be back with the second hour. Please tell everybody to tune in. It's an Infowar after all, and you are on the front lines. We've got Rob Dew and Josh Owens out in Germany covering Bilderberg and the migrant camps. They're coming up in the next segment. We've got a bunch of our crew, including Leanne McAdoo and Joe Biggs out on the West Coast for the anti-free speech hysteria there. We've got a bunch of other crew being sent out. I am skeleton crew here. And I'm not literally likening myself to Hitler, except for the fact that I'm in my bunker and have limited forces and I'm trying to give orders to armies that don't exist. But there is so much I want to do. We're working 7 days a week right now. I worked 7 days this week. Nico Acosta worked 7 days a week. Allie did, Matt, this whole great crew back here. So I just want to single them out for your support, your prayers, you name it, because people send me all this fan mail, big stacks of it every week. I appreciate it. I look at it. It's great. All these gifts. Hey, think about the crew, reporters or whoever. Everybody should adopt somebody on the crew and just tell them, what you think about them, because we love you. You can hear from us that we care about you. I just also